Hey everybody, what's up? How are you vampires and ghouls and sluts doing today? Today's video is going to be the Goth Tag. I'm, kind of just going through, like, see what kind of tags on YouTube are cool, and, the Goth Tag was always something that I've been curious about. And I think I've done, like, this a long ass time ago, but not on YouTube. But it is a YouTube tag, so might as well figure out how to do it. And I got the questions here, so I will get started with that. Okay, question one. How long have you been goth? Well, that's a good question because I started dressing alternative when I was like 12, which, at that time you can really more call it of a metalhead. Because, I was really into bands like Evanescence, Rob Zombie, The Pretty Reckless, In This Moment, a bunch of metal bands, right? And so I was more starting off into that. And then it wasn't really until I was like about 16 where I started getting into goth music. And yeah, so like, dressing alternative and gothic, I was probably about 12 and stuff, but I didn't, you know, full on become a goth until I was 16. The next question is, how were you introduced to goth? Well, like I said, um, it wasn't until I was 16 when I got into goth, and I just figured might as well, what is goth music, what is goth, and when I was looking it up, the first band aside from The Cure, um that I recognized or that I saw pop up was Alien Sex Fiend, and I looked into their music and I got hooked since. And I love Alien Sex Fiend, and I kind of, never looked back. The third question: what gothic subgenre would you put yourself in? That's an odd question. I wouldn't really say trad goth. If that's what it's talking about, like if it's talking about like what style or you would put yourself in. Um, trad goth isn't one of them. I do like the look, but I like to mix up my kind of look between like the romantic look, some of the 90s looks. I like a lot of vintage clothings. I like a lot of flowy stuff. And, I just want to feel like I'm flying or something, just gliding across, There's no specific look that I'm into, There's just, I like some stuff and I don't like some stuff, And if it's talking like music wise, I'd say probably uh, some of my favorite types of music would be the ethereal wave. I love ethereal wave, dark wave, gothic rock, But I love ethereal wave, Lycia. Again, Alien Sex Fiend and Lycia were like some of the first bands I got into. So, yeah. What do you believe to be the basis of the Gothic subculture? I don't know why I spit that out like that. Well, it's not what you believe, It's what it is out there, It's the music that started it, It came from the punk scene, Then, it was the music, and that that's what it is, There's no debating about what started it, even though there's people that's gonna be like that likes to be all, oh no, it was Edgar Allan Poe that started it, and blah blah blah, and it's like, dude, shut the hell up. Learn your history. What do you dislike about being goth? Um, I dislike that, can't really work in this look, in a conservative town, there's people that are, very judgmental and, you know, just because the way I look and stuff, and it's interesting because, anyone else could have like any makeup on and it's perfectly fine with them, but with me as a goth and being the person that I am, if I put any makeup on, it's always like this huge terrible thing. And yeah, it's like that with a lot of jobs around here, unfortunately. So I just wish that people are more open-minded to people who look different, people who are different. um Aside from that, I also wish that the goth scene would expand to more than just big cities, if that makes any sense. Like the closest goth club that's around here in Montana is in Missoula, which is like a 2-hour drive from where I live. And I just wish that there's more of a scene in like the smaller cities and stuff like that, which it's getting more well known, but that's that. What do your parents think of it? Ooh. Well, my father's not in the picture. Um, when he was, I was kind of starting out looking the way I do. I wasn't really wearing any dresses or anything like that. Well, actually, no, that's a lie because when I lived with him my freshman year of high school and I was like experimenting with clothes and stuff, um, I would kind of make my own clothes with the black bed sheets that I had because all my other clothes were so dirty because the environment that I lived in, there was no power or anything like that. So I kind of move your tail, kind of started dressing out around then and he didn't really mind it. Um, he had his mind was stuffed with like so many other stuff. Um, he had so much other stuff going on, and where I lived in at that time, it was very, very not positive. But my mom, she doesn't care for it. She's more of a metalhead, so you know they don't really care. So, and also I'm an adult, so I can dress the hell I fucking want as long as I pay my bills and stuff, right? Eyebrows or no eyebrows? Ooh. I haven't had real eyebrows since I was 16. Yes, I was 16 when I first shaved them off. Easiest decision of my life. It's so much better than plucking. It's so much better than freaking maintaining them. I just, I just was like, screw it, zoom, zoom. You know, and after a while, you get used to not having the eyebrow looks, especially if you're not wearing any makeup. But it's not a big deal. I don't really care for them. I don't like my eyebrows. I don't like the eyebrow hair. So, yeah. What is your favorite band? I'm assuming this is talking about goth bands. Um, my favorite goth band really depends. Like, I love Lycia. I love Alien Sex Fiend. I love the Sisters of Mercy. I love Suspiria. I love Ghosting. I love Disjecta Membra. I love a whole bunch of stuff. So, it's very hard to say like which specific goth band is my favorite because it changes from time to time. So, your opinion on Marilyn Manson? Well, I don't like him. I don't really care for him. I do have one album of his. I think it's like one of his first ones called An American Portrait, American Family Portrait or something like that. But like his early stuff was decent, you know. I'm much more of a Nine Inch Nails fan than a Marilyn Manson fan. But, you know, I used to like him when I was in high school, but, you know, it kind of changes. I think, you know, I don't know. I just don't really care for his music, him or his music anymore. But you know, there's that. And the final question is, what were your baby bat days like? Well, I don't know. Um, like I said, I was like, you know, when I started dressing alternative, um, you know, I was the only person in my town that dresses like the way I do. None of my friends dress the way that I do, you know, so like I never really had that experience of like going to clubs and stuff like that, you know. I do, however, have that experience of dragging my friends to the cemetery and hanging out with me there, stuff like that, partying, well, like taking pictures of me and stuff like that, you know. Um, but aside from that, I can't really remember like a decent baby bad days things, you know. But yeah, there's that. There's my 10 ungoth confessions. I hope you like this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and all that shit. And I'll see you next time. Bye.